Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Chelsea have won yet another game. We've beaten Gent in our first game of the Conference League 4-2. We're currently sitting 6th in the Conference League table. The goal started from Vega in the 12th minute after Mudryk places a beautiful cross for Vega to get a header. Right after kickoff in the second half in the 46th minute, Neto roofs a fantastic goal. But shortly after, a very poor defensive mistake on a set piece, Watanabe gets a goal back for Gent to go 2-1. But shortly after, in the 63rd minute, Nkunku scores a banger to put us 3-1 up. And then shortly after that, in the 70th minute, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall gets his first goal for Chelsea. And to end the scoring, Gent get one goal back after a well-worked play from Omri Gandelman in the 90th minute. We had 70% possession to Gent's 30. We had 2.26 XG to Gent's 0.99. We had 20 shots and 5 on target to Gent's 9-3. We had 5 big chances to Gent's 2. We had 3 big chances missed to Gent's 0. We had 768 passes to Gent's 319. We had a 92% pass accuracy to Gent's 82%. We had 10 corners to Gent's 4. We had 9 fouls to Gent's 7. And both teams had 1 yellow card. This was a really good game just for this group to get experience playing in Europe together. I thought at the beginning of the season it would be nice to be in Europa League, but I think what our current squad needs right now is experience in Europe where they're just putting teams away. Overall, Chelsea should be winning this entire tournament. I saw a crazy stat that Chelsea's entire squad value combined is worth 1.6 billion, and every single team in the Conference League combined is worth 1.5 billion. So Chelsea should outright be winning this tournament, but it's going to be great for our players to get that European experience and hopefully a European Cup together, just to build a deeper connection in the squad going into next season. There were parts where I thought we were really good at overloading spaces to let players run in unmarked, especially on Vega's first goal and Nkunku's goal. Vega runs into the box completely unmarked to get on the end of Mudryk's cross. And on Nkunku's goal, he was also able to run into the box completely unmarked to get that banger of a shot off. There were a bit of shaky moments, especially after Gent got their first goal. It seemed like we lost control a little bit, but for the majority of the game, we held control of the game really well. Our defense definitely could have been a bit better, and it's a bit unfortunate for them because they're probably thinking to themselves that after this, they're not getting into that Premier League squad. And I think the 2 goals conceded does do the team a bit of injustice to show how dominant we really were. As for the lineup, we went with Jorgensen in goal. We went for Disasi and Vega as the fullbacks with Tosin and Badiashile as the center backs. We went for Dewsbury-Hall and Cassidy as the midfield with Neto and Mudryk on the wings and Felix and Nkunku in the middle. The first player I want to talk about is Vega. He was incredible this game. He was winning tackles. He got his first goal. He also was linking up really well with Mudryk. I thought his passing out to him was really good, and they were always getting passes off with each other. Vega's passing ability overall this game was incredible. And defensively, it is incredible that we got this player for the amount of money we did. That was an absolute steal. I thought Mudryk and Neto were really good as well. Mudryk looked really on it today. He looked very impressive. He looked confident. His one-on-ones were great. His pace abusing was great. His crosses were great. He had a couple unfortunate shots, and I think he did deserve a goal. But he looked a lot more calm and mature and confident on the ball than he normally does. I still don't think he gets into the squad over Sancho, but it's nice that he's becoming more of a threat coming off the bench. Neto was really good as well. He's definitely going to be challenging Madueke for that right wing spot, as Madueke really hasn't made that right wing spot his own yet, and I wouldn't be surprised if Neto started against Forest on Sunday. And he obviously gets a goal, which was a fantastic goal. He takes a touch outside and then just roofs it top net. It was a beautiful goal. And Nkunku also scores again. I didn't think he had the best game. His link-up play could have been a little bit better, but at the end of the day, he got a goal. And in my mind, if you're a striker and you're not having a great game, you have to score a goal. And he scored a goal yet again. And this is always going to bring the argument of Nkunku versus Jackson. And like I've said multiple times, I think Nkunku deserves to be starting some Premier League games, as Jackson didn't look great against Crystal Palace, and Nkunku has shown that he's going to score goals whenever he gets the chance, because he is just a world-class box threat. Tosin really stood out to me as well. Defensively, he was really solid, but on the ball as well, he was super calm and composed. I don't think he was roped into those defensive mistakes. I think those were on Disasi and Badiashile, especially on that first goal when we just left Watanabe. Really 4 players from Gent just completely unmarked for them to get that header off. I don't know if he gets into the Premier League squad because it does look like Fofana and Caldwell are really building a good partnership together. But if he puts in performances like that coming off the bench, you could certainly make an argument for him to start. I will say we could have been more clinical. There were a lot more chances that I thought we should have scored. And you look at Gent's conversion rate, they had 2 big chances and they took both of those chances and got the goals. So I think we definitely could have put this team away more, but we still walked away with scoring 4 goals. Joao Felix is another player I want to talk about. I thought he was okay. In those first 20 minutes, he looked really good, but he started to kind of fade out towards the rest of the game. He started losing the ball a bit, and he would maybe get past one player, and instead of looking for a pass and getting someone through on goal, he would try to take on another player and beat the next man and then lose the ball. There was another instance where Kieran Dewsbury-Hall nutmegs a player and gets a beautiful pass off. And then when Joao gets the ball, instead of passing it backwards to potentially get a goal for somebody else, he decides to take on his man and then loses the ball. So it was a bit of an unfortunate performance. Hopefully he can fix that part of his game and be more consistent when he gets the chances. As for Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, I thought he grew into this game really well. He didn't start that great, and it really looked like every other player on the pitch was having a much better game than him. But after he got his goal, he looked a lot more confident. His goal, even though it was against Gent, it meant a lot to him, and you could see that in his celebration. And after he got that confidence, he started winning tackles, he made great passes. I mean, the first thing he does after scoring a goal is nutmeg a player and get a great ball off to Joao Felix. And after that goal, he performed really well to the point to where it looked like he was making a statement to say, hey, look, I belong here, especially at this point in his career. And I don't think he'll get into our main squad, but if he performs that way, he'll definitely be a good option coming off the bench. Overall, like I said, this was a great game, especially for just building a connection with the players and getting that European experience. And the fact that we can play this squad as our B team is incredible. I said this when we won against Barrow. I mean, this front 4 could start in the Premier League as our main front 4. And it's not even our best front 4. That's how good our squad depth is. So hopefully we can continue this momentum and win against Nottingham Forest on Sunday. And there is potential for us to end the match week on the top of the table. But we'll see what happens. I'll have my match preview for the Nottingham Forest game out shortly after this, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys next time.